Imagine being over 8,000 miles and an 18-hour journey away from home, all while trying to chase a dream of becoming a professional darts player and living a student life. This is the story of Temis Smith.
So, who are you and how long have you played darts for?
My name's Temis Smith, I'm from the Falkland Islands and I've played darts since I was about 6, maybe 7 or 8 years old.
And is that when you first started to take darts seriously, or was it a bit later?
Probably in my teenage years is when I started to take it a bit more seriously, when I started doing tournaments and competing. It was amazing. I live a very unique lifestyle that not many people in the world would ever get to experience. It's very quiet, very communal place where everybody really knows everybody and there's a lot of support, and that kind of upbringing is what shaped me into being able to play darts the way I do.
You talked about it's quite quiet. Did that affect, obviously, trying to go pro in darts? It's obviously not much in the Falkland Islands.
It definitely made things a bit harder. I missed out on a lot of things like the JDC and junior comps and academies and a lot of expert knowledge that a lot of players just get over here from a young age, but it did shape me into getting used to competing with people that were older than me, as I was moved up brackets to play with the adults once I started winning a lot of the junior stuff, and getting used to playing people that were much better than me or much older, so shaped me into a much more resilient and hard-working players. Like with my family and playing with my dad used to say, if you want to win, you're going to have to beat me properly, so none of my family ever let me win a game, and that just motivates you to put in more work and you want to beat them, and then suddenly you win 1 or 2 games, and next thing I knew it was my dad was working to beat me or my uncle was working to beat me because I was ahead of them. So now for me it's a dream come true. It would mean the world to me. I've accomplished a dream, but for the Falklands it'd be massive as well. I mean, having a Falkland Islander up there on the PDC circuit, and I hope that I can take some of that experience and PDC knowledge and stuff, if I ever was to get to that stage back home, and help other kids that are interested to do the same thing I'm doing.
Temis is a sports and exercise therapy student at Southampton Solent University. Alongside his darts, he's just living a normal student life, balancing deadlines, training and everything else in between. But what sacrifices has he had to make?
Yeah, I definitely lose a lot of the social stuff. I mean, if I have free time, I'm playing darts. If I'm not playing darts, I do need to add that time to my studies. So the social side of things definitely gets lost. Well, I'm only in 3 days a week. I have Mondays and Wednesdays off. So, I mean, most days I'll be playing darts. I'll play on Mondays, Tuesdays, play Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Normally I get Saturday and Sunday off, but it can be a struggle. Some days it can feel like I've got a lot more to do than I probably should be doing, as I was I probably don't designate enough time to my study as I do my darts, but I'm learning. It's still a learning experience, so I'm getting there slowly. When you consider the fact that I'm playing different games of darts, but I've also got to chuck in time for my own practice to work on things. The time management can be hard to find time to sit down and to get on with the required stuff outside of uni, so revisional based stuff and assignments, that can be a real struggle sometimes. I'll try not to think of it as any pressure for the financial side of it. I mean, I'm very fortunate that with all my darts related stuff I am sponsored, so there's no financial pressure there. So I just try to make sure I just focus on getting my studies done and playing the best game I can at the time, and try not to overlook anything and try not to put pressure on myself if it's not required.
The Falkland Islands is home to just over 3,500 people, which is just enough to fill this football stadium in Brackley. So opportunities don't come around this often. So is there extra pressure to make it count?
I wouldn't say so much I feel a little bit of extra pressure. I definitely feel like I have a responsibility to do well. I put that on myself to do well and to make sure I definitely leave a lasting impact and show that we are not just having an attempt at something, that this is going to work out. But I've got no pressure from home to do anything. They just support it and just happy for me, so. It's manageable and I'm full of pride because my home backs me, and I know that I'm the first of my home to be doing this, and I take a lot of pride in that.
And what would it mean to you and to the Falklands if you become a professional darts player, or more importantly, the first one?
That'd be everything. That'd be a huge step in the stepping stones for darts progressing in the Falkland Islands, as well as me achieving a lifetime goal. You know, I mean, for me, it'd be the best thing in the world, but for the islands as well, it's just a great pathway to start producing more players because there's so much talent at home. So the Chandra is a major supermarket chain within the Falkland Islands. They have been so generous and so good to me with the fact that they've given me £4,000 worth of sponsorship and more if I was to need it. And they're such a big reason why I'm able to do what I'm doing at the moment. They're so supportive. The people down there just are so behind everything that's going on, and they really do push to make sure I'm getting the best of the best over here once I can. So it's always a big thank you to people like Neville and James and all those from home that have put this into motion for me. So it's incredible.
Temis is about to compete on the PDC Development Tour, a massive step towards becoming a professional darts player. But what is the PDC Development Tour, and just how important is it for him?
PDC Development Tour is an open entry event which is open to players between the ages of 16 to 23, with PDC Tour card players within the age bracket outside of the top 64 allowed to play. Essentially the top 2 or 3 players at the end of the Dev Tour season get their PDC Tour cards and are able to move on to professional darts. I'm excited. Naturally, I want to give everything I can and get the Falklands up on the map and show people that this random person from the Falklands is capable of throwing some pretty nice darts.
And currently, what goes through your mind just before you step up to throw, and do you reckon that's going to change as you go into development tour and go into a higher level?
I feel confident at the moment, which I think is important. You have to. I definitely think the mindset will change as I'm going along, and I see the different calibers of players. Obviously, with PDC Tour card holders in the mix, it is a bit intimidating. You don't really know who you're always going to get. Hopefully this year I can kind of treat it as a bit more like a training year, get my foot in the door, and then next year go in and take all that experience and really have a real impact on it. I'm excited to get going. I don't think I'm too nervous. I imagine that might change probably the day before and a few hours into the tournament before I start playing my first game, but I do feel quite confident. I trust myself to do what I know I'm capable of, and hopefully it just all works out. Yes and no. I mean, naturally, with it being the first on the Falkland Island side, there's a lot of pride there, and I'm quite patriotic about where I'm from because I come from such a unique part of the world, but I try not to let any of that try to get on my mind.
Temis has now competed in his first PDC Development Tour event. But with more events still to come, what's the goal going forward, and how does he feel now his first event is over?
I feel like the standard's been set. I have a realistic idea of what is expected of me on those tours. Pressure's definitely off now. I've been up there for the first one, now the debut's out the way. I can focus on just getting improvements done, looking forward to the next games, how I want to approach tactically to improving off the last tour, and now I've got that first few games and a little bit of jitters out the way, I can look forward to playing into some more games and get some more wins. I leave the emotions away from the Oche. I mean, being 3-0 up in a first to 4 in a debut game and losing 4-3 because getting the jitters and not being good on doubles is definitely not a highlight of my life. Will regret that for the rest of my life, but it's taught me that I need to leave my emotions outside the Oche sometimes. That I am capable of competing with the best, and that this is a realistic goal. I just need to put in some more hours and approach things a bit more effectively.
And did the first tour change just how close it feels or far away it feels to become a professional?
Yeah, I think it is a good reminder that there's still a lot of work to go. I don't feel as if I'm completely out of my depth. I think my debut did not demonstrate what I'm capable of at all. I let the emotion and the situation get to me, but I'm definitely close to the goal. I can feel like within the next 2 to 3 years I'm gonna surprise a lot of people and I'm gonna get a lot done.
Many more tours to go. How excited are you for the rest of them?
Can't wait. I'm well excited to get back on, play my game, maybe approach things differently this time, get a few more wins. I mean, the goal going into next month's Dev Tour is to win enough games to finally make my first little bit of money and climb the rankings, which I know I'm capable of doing.
The Falkland Islands has never had a professional darts player. Temis Smith is trying to change that, but his story is only just beginning. However, his future, it's bright.